The breaking update that we are getting to know of the latest pictures of Ansar that is now coming across. This is the same man, rather, who has been now as taken into custody as the main conspirator, the accused in the Jahangirpuri violence case, and mocking the law and order situation. He's there. Those pictures there on your screens are of Ansar, and well, he seems to be certainly well off as far as he is showing off his jewelry and whatever he owns, luxury items that he owns. But clearly his involvement is something that is being investigated, because he has admitted on camera, rather, when he is saying that he was the main conspirator.
Right, and yesterday we had Asaduddin Owaisi, who called him innocent, and this is despite the confession that he himself made. He was seen on video flashing a smile and jhukega nahi symbol to the cameras, and now we have these pictures as well.
Oh, even a gun. Pranesh, over to you.
Right, just look at these pictures. The man, according to Owaisi, is the messiah of peace. Look at new pictures of the man who defied the police, and when he was arrested by the Delhi police, came out with a jhukega nahi signal. Look what he has been up to. Just look at the body language. All those people who've been saying, look, he's a peace-loving man, he's being framed that he has no role in the riots, all that is for the courts to judge. We are only going by what the Delhi police is now investigating, and the details that Times Now has access. New pictures, fresh pictures of Ansar. Here's the table. The table is laid out for him. Here is the man. Look at the chair in which he is sitting. Look at the things he is holding. Let's go to the next picture. Here's picture number 2. Fresh picture number 2. Here he is with his accomplices. And there are more pictures where he is holding. There are 3 people in this frame, and we are changing those pictures. Pratibha, Amita will come to those in just a bit, but quickly let me recap this piece of breaking news for viewers who are joining our broadcast. Times Now has been relentless in its reportage after clashes broke out in Jahangirpuri. Ansar, who was arrested by the Delhi police, remains defiant. And here he is. Look what he is holding. This is not a white flag. Peace written all over him. Now what is this? Is this a toy gun? Some people will say that he is holding a toy gun, or that he is not even holding a gun, that all this is our imagination. Let's stay on these pictures. The picture is speaking for itself, and it is more than 1,000 words actually. The words have been spoken in defense of Ansar, the man who after arrest has the audacity to say, I don't care, I give a damn. That was the signal. And now look what he is holding. What is this, Amita, Pratibha? I don't have to tell you, he's holding a gun. Is this licensed? What? I don't know the make of the gun. We will get experts to tell us about the make of the gun. But just look at him. Here he is holding a gun, posing for the cameras, and Mr. Owaisi will say, look, he is a messenger of peace. This man is being framed by the Delhi police that Ansar has done nothing wrong, that the neighborhood swears by his name. All that is fine, Mr. Owaisi. Why are you giving a clean sheet to the man who is holding a gun, is under investigation by the police for his alleged role in rioting? And this is now the clincher on Times Now. This picture, Owaisi and the others in the ecosystem, that is now jumping to give them a clean sheet, not just to Ansar, viewers. Ansar has got a clean sheet. Sonu Sheikh has got a clean sheet. Sonu Sheikh is the guy who fired at the cops. The cops were uniformed. He knew that he is a cop that he is firing on. But he doesn't care, because the mindset is jhukenge nahi. And now this picture that Times Now has accessed, this is the ultimate clincher. Day's biggest news breaking here first on Times Now. Ansar, ladies and gentlemen, on your screen with the symbol of peace. I am not joking, Pratibha. In moments from now, we will have people on the phone line and speaking to Times Now on camera who will say, what's wrong if he's holding a gun? It could be a licensed weapon. We don't know. But is this what you do with the gun? Holding, brandishing a gun? You're showing off? To do what? What is the message this picture shows? What is he trying to do? Is this a toy gun? What kind of gun is this? When was the picture taken? How many such guns does Ansar have? Are they all in his house? Who supplied this gun to Ansar? Where is Goli, the man who gave gun to the shooter Sonu Sheikh? Now, these are some of the fundamental questions. But we will come to all of that.
But of course, he seems to be showing off all these luxury items there. But of course, does that and also include that gun that Pranesh is talking about? Because it was Mr. Owaisi first up who had come in the defense of Ansar, the same very individual who is now in the police custody. Let's play out his reaction first.
अंसार को जो आप एक्यूज बना रहे हैं ये सरासर गलत है। उस लड़के ने कंट्रोल किया वहां पर। मैं अंसार मेरा कोई दोस्त नहीं है, ना मेरे पार्टी का है, ना मैं इसको जानता हूं। मगर सब लोग कह रहे हैं कि वहां के हिंदू कह रहे हैं ना, वहां के हिंदू भाई कह रहे हैं, उसके पड़ोसी हिंदू भाई हैं, वो कह रहे हैं अंसार की इंटेग्रिटी पर, उसके कैरेक्टर पर वो कह रहे हैं। आप बगैर परमिशन के देते हैं और आपकी नाक के नीचे सब चीजें होती हैं और आप ये इल्जाम लगाते एक तरफ। अंसार को जो आप एक्यूज बना रहे हैं ये सरासर गलत है। उस लड़के ने कंट्रोल किया वहां पर। मैं अंसार मेरा कोई दोस्त नहीं है, ना मेरे पार्टी का है, ना मैं इसको जानता हूं। मगर सब लोग कह रहे हैं कि वहां के हिंदू कह रहे हैं ना, वहां के हिंदू भाई कह रहे हैं, उसके पड़ोसी हिंदू भाई हैं, वो कह रहे हैं अंसार की इंटेग्रिटी पर, उसके कैरेक्टर पर वो कह रहे हैं। आप बगैर परमिशन के देते हैं और आपकी नाक के नीचे सब चीजें होती हैं और आप ये इल्जाम लगाते एक तरफ।
This was the character certificate that the AIMIM chief gave out yesterday, saying people have been saying it. He is being called an accused, and that's absolutely wrong. Pranesh, the police officials are investigating. There were video proofs as well, but despite that, Owaisi was very quick to say that it is wrong to call him an accused.
Now, let me just highlight what Owaisi said. Pratibha, Owaisi is saying, look, the man controlled the mob. He went there to ensure peace. That's point number one. Then Owaisi said that he is not my friend, but the neighbors are vouching for his character's integrity. His words, not mine. Owaisi is the same individual who had invoked Geneva Convention and condoned violence in Khargon. Said things about the bulldozer model. Let's not get into that. But you tell me, is this how you ensure peace? By holding a gun? Is this what Owaisi is trying to tell us, that Ansar, the gun-wielding man, the man who does not care about the law, the man who does not care about the system, he was holding a gun to ensure peace? He says, he is not my friend, I don't know him. Then Mr. Owaisi, how are you giving him a clean sheet? On what basis? And what will you say about this picture now? What is this? Now we will have to break this down into three parts. And those three parts, this is Ansar. Let's not have any confusion about the identity of this individual. Let's now establish the object he is carrying. The object is a gun. At least looks like a gun to me. Some would say that, you know, this is a flag which will ensure peace, all that. And the third, and perhaps the most important, is about the messaging. That we don't know. That is for the police to ascertain. But those of our viewers who are watching this on Times Now, what do you think, viewers, about this? What was Ansar trying to do by posing with what looks like an assault rifle? Correct me if I am wrong. I don't know the make of the gun, but it is a gun nonetheless.
All right, Pranesh. stay on with us. Adesh Gupta of the BJP, the Delhi BJP chief is with us on the phone line. Adesh Gupta ji, ये सही नई तस्वीरें आ रही हैं सर अंसार की, गन्स के साथ, गोल्ड के साथ, अल्कोहल के साथ, इतनी सारी सामने और तस्वीरें आ रही हैं. And Pranesh, we're just going to quickly reconnect that line with Mr. Adesh Gupta. But of course, playing out what Mr. Owaisi's reaction has been, because he was quick to jump into defense of Ansar.
The dossier on
आप बगैर परमिशन के देते हैं और आपकी अंसार को जो आप एक्यूज बना रहे हैं ये सरासर गलत है. उस लड़के ने कंट्रोल किया.
This was the statement that Owaisi had made, claiming that Ansar had actually controlled the mob as the clashes broke out. Ansar was there and he stopped the clashes. This was the claim made by the AIMIM chief. Yesterday, as he spoke to the media, he said that it was wrong to even call him an accused, Pranesh.
The Delhi police is saying so. Times Now is not saying so. He is the main accused according to the Delhi police's investigation. We are only reporting the facts from the ground, and we are putting out picture proof one after another. After the provocative videos by the SDPI, we are now focusing on Ansar once again, and here we have another super exclusive news break. The Delhi police dossier on Ansar accessed by your channel. This is the section on modus operandi. Let me quickly read through this. Crime head, knifer, method of crime, arms, nature of crime not known yet, type of weapon, implement, tool used, knife, actual point in entry, main road, point in retreat, main road, time of commission of crime, evening. Then there are other details also in this dossier that we've accessed. Look at this, previous cases involvement. He was arrested on in 2018, booked for section 186, 353 of the IPC. Status of the accused, arrested. Then in 2009, he's a known offender. The Delhi police has said that he's a history sheeter. Times Now is not saying so. In Jahangirpuri again, under Arms Act. And let me zoom in on this so that people know what we are talking about. This is the Delhi police dossier on Ansar. The date is 2009, this is the year, and he was arrested, sent to judicial custody in an investigation in Jahangirpuri and charged with Arms Act. This is Ansar, and let's go back to those pictures of Ansar holding a gun. Now all those people who are watching for this man's integrity must also listen to criminal history. Amit Malviya also joining the broadcast. Mr. Malviya, Times Now has accessed pictures of Ansar, the man who mocked the law, remains defiant about his role, said, yes, I did it. So what? He is holding a gun. Someone who was given a clean sheet by Mr. Owaisi.
Well, you know, Mr. Owaisi is no certifying agency in this country, and not certainly when it comes to giving character certificates to Muslims, most of them with criminal track record. But as far as Ansar and the other writers are concerned, they will be dealt with strongly as per law. Everybody responsible for the rioting in Jahangirpuri has been arrested, and more arrests will follow. Anybody who takes law in their hands and decides to be intolerant and pelt stones on Hindu processions will be dealt with strongly. And the likes of Mr. Owaisi, the SDPI, the PFI must read the writing on the wall. You cannot disrupt peace in this country.
But Mr. Amit Malviya, Asaduddin Owaisi, and I'm going to quote him here, he categorically says that the character of Mr. Ansar is being questioned, that it is selective targeting because of his religion. How would you react to that, despite the pictures which now seem to be coming out?
Well, Mr. Owaisi's entire politics is about playing victim, is about appeasing the Muslim community. He's a one-seat wonder. He's given outsized exposure in national media because he happens to be a Muslim who often speaks in a very acerbic manner. That's about it. Otherwise, his politics is no different from the likes of Ansar and others.
But Mr. Malviya, if there are those who are backing Ansar who will come out and say, so what if he's seen with gold chains? So what if he's seen with a gun? It could be a licensed gun. There are those like Mr. Owaisi who yesterday said Ansar was there trying to control the mob, not inciting them. You're going after the wrong people.
So you mean to say people who were carrying swords as part of Shobha Yatra without hurting anybody are bigger culprits than those who have mechanized guns, and which law allows citizens and private individuals to hold mechanized guns?
Right. So you're saying, so essentially those people who are seen with swords in public places, law is going to be taking its own course. Thank you so much, Amit Malviya, for joining us. There you have it, the BJP's first reaction coming out and saying that if there is criminality, then one will have to wait for the probe results to come out before preempting that this man, because of his religion, is being targeted. On your screens, what you can see is a man who's been called a peacemaker, but he stands there with a gun. Now, we are just getting these pictures for you, the viewers, to look and come to your own conclusions. We are just putting out the facts on the table. He can be seen flaunting his gold. He can be seen with wads of cash. He can be seen with alcohol bottles. All of that, of course, we've blurred out some of the visuals as well. But then this man is the man who's also made the Pushpa sign, which says, I will not surrender. I will not bow down. So let me go back across to Pranesh. Pranesh, the BJP says, for all those people who are today backing Mr. Ansar, the BJP asks, then give a clean chit even to the men and who were seen part of the Shobha Yatra carrying swords.
For a moment, let's forget about the picture with the gun. Let's focus on this dossier of the Delhi police. Is this also wrong? Will Mr. Owaisi contest this? Criminal history and gist of interrogation. The accused was born in the year 1980 at Jhuggi, Jahangirpuri. Due to family financial crisis, he got to study till 4th class. He dropped out and during this time came in contact with bad elements, started committing crime for making money and keeping illegal knife. In 2009, he was arrested from near C block, Jahangirpuri, Delhi. An illegal knife was also recovered from his possession, but this was in 2009. Ansar, for all we know, has now graduated from keeping an illegal knife to holding and brandishing a gun. And the picture has been accessed by Times Now. So all those people who jumped to give him a clean sheet, will they at least revise what they said? They have a chance. Owaisi can come forward and say that, look, I made a mistake. I jumped the gun, pun not intended. And that I cannot give him a character certificate. Let the Delhi police probe this. Will he do that?
Absolutely. That's the big question. We are going to go back to Mr. Owaisi and others who are trying to give justifications and character certificates to this man Ansar. But Neelashish is also joining us. Neelashish, as Pranesh was also pointing out, this is not just any man like you or me. He is a history sheeter. For example, he has been accused in at least 2 previous cases of assault. He was arrested several times. He was put in preventive detention several times, not just once or twice. 5 times he was booked under the Gamblings and the Arms Act, and you can see that man with a gun. We are just putting out the proof and the evidence and the facts as they are. Neelashish, give us a sense of the kind of background that this man Ansar is coming from before we go to the character certificate that Asaduddin Owaisi has given.
Well, absolutely. You see the pictures that we have shown on Times Now at this point. A lavish lifestyle being led by Ansar, a person who has had multiple cases against him in the past. At least on 5 occasions, he has had his brush with the law. Now, again, we see the manner in which he's holding a gun. Of course, as you say, as Pranesh also pointed out, there could be a lot of people who say, so what if he's holding a gun? But let's not forget the background that he comes from. Because of financial restraints, he could not study beyond a point. He got into bad company, as it has been pointed out. And thereafter, we see pictures pictures of him leading this kind of a lifestyle, coming from where he has, only engaging in illegal practices. So much so, he has had his brushes with the law in so many occasions that when he's arrested in a case like this, he is unabashed, he is brazen about the manner in which he goes about and says, yes, I have done it, so what? So he clearly is unapologetic about what he's done. Of course, the police is probing this as well. His criminal history is something that is of great significance. Let's not forget that. And also, at this time, when we see police documents coming in, when the court was also hearing the police's application for his remand, the police did tell the court that on the day of the procession, there were 400 to 500 people who were there, and the procession was peaceful until 6 p.m. when a man called Ansar with 4 or 5 of his associates came there, had an argument which led to rioting, stampedes, and a clash that erupted thereafter. Clearly, there is enough and more.
In fact, do stay on with us. Mr. Atul Anjan of the left is also joining us here on the phone line. Mr. Anjan, we have these pictures of a man who was given a character certificate by certain sections saying that he was actually a peacemaker. He is, however, a history sheeter. We have all the details of his past, and now you have these pictures on our screens. Do you think that people jumped the gun when they said he's just a peacemaker, he's being targeted for his religion?